What's good, y'all? Welcome back to our NHL 25 franchise mode here with the Washington Capitals. And in this episode, we have a crucial year one offseason for the team as we try to make the playoffs one last time with our captain, Alex Ovechkin. One last dance pretty much is the theme for this season. So we have a lot to address, so let's just get right into it. And before we actually address anybody on our roster, I want to address our front office, well, not front office, our coaching staff. Our current head coach, B grade, let's see what his name is, Scott Elliott, just isn't going to cut it. I mean, we were shit last year. I mean, no surprise, the roster wasn't up to par, but yeah, we're going to need better than this if we want to make a run at the Cup. So we're going to go ahead and just fire him. And there's a guy right in free agency for us that we can pick up. I did already pre-scout who the best coaches for this team would be, and it's going to be our guy Keefe right here, as he has not only the highest grade, he has A+ teaching, and he has the highest chemistry with our team, although a short list. So there is that, but we are going to go ahead and sign him, and I assume this game still has the salary glitch for the coaches, so I'm just going to give him the max offer. And I've already been around the NHL even before I started this recording to see what kind of trades I want to make, and I have a couple of ideas of what I want to do, so we'll get right into that. Let me go ahead and offer him that contract, and that'll be that taken care of, hopefully. All right, so last episode, we ended the episode by looking around the NHL, browsing the trade block, see who's available, and there is a couple of guys I want to target. And firstly, we need to address our defense because right now, this is our defensive core. A 35-year-old John Carlson as our best defenseman. So definitely want to bolster up that defense because we have an 86 and two 83s, and that's it. So we're going to need a better defensive core than that. Now, the two top defensemen that were out there, one from the LA Kings, of course, their Hall of Fame defenseman or future Hall of Fame defenseman, Drew Doughty. He is available, 89 overall. He is 35 years old, but he's still got a ton of X factors, and he just came off a 66-point season. So, you know, he's still killing it right here in the NHL. So I'm going to definitely want to target him, and I'll get into him in a second. And then the other guy is going to be on the Ottawa Senators, Thomas Chabot. And he was a guy in the last episode I was like, it might not make enough sense for us to target, but I think it does because he has 3 years left. So we'll be able to move him after this year and get the asset back for him. And to be honest with Ottawa, they're kind of in a weird spot still. I mean, they got some good talent, like they always do, Stützle, Sanderson, Tkachuk, but they just don't really have that, like, elite team. And I think they want to trade a couple of their aging guys, like Chabot's already 28. I'm surprised I don't want to trade Giroux, honestly, or is a no movement clause. Let me see here. Oh, it's only for 4 teams, I guess. But yeah, so not too sure why they don't want to move him, but they want to move a guy like Perron. Chabot's getting up there in age. Michael Amadio's another veteran. So they're definitely looking to kind of at least retool and try to bolster their roster for the Stützle and Sanderson and Tkachuk timeline there. So I definitely want to target Thomas Chabot. And then instantly, if we add in those two, our defensive core can look like Chabot and either Doughty or Carlson on the first line, and then Carlson and like a Faravari, or we can sign somebody as well. And you notice I didn't mention Rasmus Sandin, and that is because I think I want to move on from Sandin. We gave him top 4 minutes last year, and he didn't really prove that he could be a top 4 defenseman, and he still signed 4.3 for the next 4 years. So I don't think that'd be worth it for him. And we do need to get as much cap space as we can, especially with acquiring two guys like Chabot and Doughty. So let me actually double check here. Yeah, Ottawa was the one that only had a few players. So we're going to use Sandin in this trade. And like I said, I am going to target Thomas Chabot here. I am going to see if they can retain half salary on him because I need as much cap space as I can. And I'm going to do the same for Doughty because $11 million is a lot to take on for one player. Even though it is Drew Doughty, but still. So we're going to bolster that up there. And then I'm going to try to avoid using the first because I want that safety net in case we aren't that good of a team. I do want to, we actually only have 1/3 for next year. What kind of value does it have? It's a little more. All right, I'm going to use and we'll just say Tampa for now. And I'm going to try that to start. I don't know if that'll go through. But we're going to move on from Sandin and try to pick up Thomas Chabot with a second and a third attached. And that doesn't go through. Okay, that's fine. There may be... Can I add in like a Cam Allen? Will that do anything? Not quite. Okay. Let me try it in one more pick. Like a... We'll try 5th first. I doubt that'll go through, though. Yep, I think they're actually... Yeah, screw it. Let's try the Rangers 3rd, because I don't think a 4th is going to go through either way. Oh, they're not really... Okay, so this is where we got to bolster the trade. So let me try next year's 3rd. It has a bit more value. Okay, makes sense. There's a lot of picks to give up. I'm just going to try this. I don't think of it. Yeah, it didn't go through. Okay, so the salary might be an issue. The one thing I did want to try, though, is... Or that might have been for Doughty. Okay. I'll come back to this in a second. Because what I was thinking with Doughty, as we'll add him in... again, Philip Deneau was not on our trade list, so we can't trade for him, even if we wanted to. I do have some ideas for the forwards, though, and I'll get into that in a moment. But let me go all the way up to $5.5 million for Doughty, retain 50%. So yeah, these two are really going to help our defense because, like I said, we're pretty thin at defense, 86, 83, 83. That's not good enough at all. So these two are definitely going to be a huge part of this. Was it this? Yeah. So I was going to try to trade Tara Leitonen just because of his age and overall. Well, not age, but overall. 50 is pretty low. And at medium top 6, he does have some value. So I'm going to try that. And then we're going to attach the 2nd and a 3rd. Okay. I thought I had something else added. Oh. Maybe I originally had Sandin, but I kind of want to use him in Ottawa because he's like one of the very few players they want. So I bet you even if I offer stuff like this, it's not even going to go through, is it? Okay. What if I just say screw it? Well, no, I need at least 1 for Shabbat. Let me do 3/3. Yeah, this might be tough with the retained salary. Yep, because they don't want to retain it now, even though they have a million, like millions of dollars in cap space. Where is... So let's just say I used him. Let's say I just went all out for Doughty. Is that going to go through? No. Okay. So this becomes interesting then because I thought this was going to be a lot more simple than this. I mean, you can see the value. It's way on our side. But, okay. So that throws a wrench into things because I basically need these two, or at least one of them. Because we need a big jump for defense. Okay. Now, I feel like Shabbat at 8 million we can just live with. And then Doughty, I feel like I need that retention, though. Like, I just cannot pay him 11 million because I have a few other moves that I want to make. So, let me see if I can just get Shabbat without having to retain. And then, we'll go from there. So, Sandin in a 2nd. Will that be enough to upgrade Sandin to Shabbat? No, but we're pretty close. Let's try a 5th. So, Sandin a 2nd and 5th for Shabbat. Will it go through? No. Alright, let's move up to a 4th. We'll even give him Vegas's. And too far off. Okay, let me try a 4th and a 5th. I'm going to try to do everything to not give up a 3rd. Sweeten the value just jets. Alright, perfect. Alright, so let me try a 7th. So, Sandin, a 2nd, 4th, 5th, and 7th. Ottawa can take a chance on a potential top 4 defenseman who just hasn't really worked out for us. They also do get a 2nd, 4th, 5th, and 7th round pick. Will that go through? And it does. Alright, so first move already, we have acquired Thomas Shabbat. So that instantly bolsters our defense. So that is perfect right there. As you can see, he's got a full set of abilities besides a zone. Just a good, both ends of the ice he can play. So he can play in the power play, he can play the penalty kill. He's got a decent frame, 6 foot, well, a good frame, 6'2", 203, and he is a solidified top 4 defenseman. So that is a good pickup for us. Now, can I get Doughty? I don't know if we can get 50%, but now the other argument you can make is we can wait until the beginning of the season and see if he drops in overall and maybe in value as well. The only thing with that is they have Kopitar, who's an overall below him and older, and he's pretty much like very similar value, so it's not even going to be like a crazy dip. And if he's on the block, another team could potentially snag him up. So I do want to try to get him in this offseason. So let me try like $4 million retained. So it'd be like 40% or something. 36%. Okay, so I'd take him down to 7 mil. Now, what do I have to trade for him now? Because now we could try that prospect still. Where is he at? Lightning. So if we go Lightning, a second-round pick next year. And is there anything else we can add? What else do they want? These guys not really wanting to trade. I mean, I could just add like maybe a third as well. So Lightning a second and a third for Drew Doughty. Not quite. Okay. Screw the picks. We're trying to contend here. Still no. Okay. How about a fourth? Probably not even gonna. Yeah, no, they don't want to retain. Okay. So I think since they pretty much accepted this, we pretty much move this down as much as we can, maybe. Sometimes we may no. So 3 million. That would take him down to 8 million. Said match Shabbat. Still no. Okay. How about 275? No. They're gonna have to at least shave off 2 million because at that point it's not even. There's no point. So $2 million retained. It'd still have him at 9 million, but I mean, we need defensemen bad. So Lightning a second, 2/3 and a fourth for Drew Doughty at 2 million retained. He still say no. Okay. I mean, oh, man. I guess I'll take what I can get. I really like it. It's more of a necessity that we need him. So you can argue this isn't great asset management, but I don't know, $1 million. I mean, just give me something, LA. They're just completely unwilling to. Okay, like nice. So they don't want to retain on him at all. So $11 million. So that would take us down to about 18. Okay, so let me show you guys who else I actually wanted to target. Now, another big necessity for us is goalies because we don't have any NHL caliber goalies right now. The one goalie that's on the block that actually could help us is Philip Gustafson. Now, he is an 84, so it is a bit risky, but he is only making $375, so it helps us out budget-wise. And if you take a look at his stats, he had a solid year last year. The year before, he wasn't great, but the year before that, he was very good. A .931 save percentage. Now, it was only in 39 games, so it's not like he was like the true starter, but I think I'd be willing to take a risk on him. So we can try to snag him up real quick. Well, actually, let me get through with all the people that I wanted to target. Now, if we go to free agents, right up here. So forward-wise is where I want to target. Oh, yeah, so let me actually take a step back here. So I was scouting our lines for next year. Forward-wise, I think we'll stick with the same first line, Ovi, Dubois, and McMichael. And then second line, I'd want to go Strome. And then I really don't have anybody in that top six on the roster that I would want playing on that line yet. Third line, I would want this right here, Protas, Leonard, Iginla. And then fourth line, we can do like Wilson, Lapierre, and maybe Duhaime or whoever. And then Niemanen right here is going to be first line on the AHL with Miroshnichenko and Lachapov. So that can be our big prospect line down there in the AHL. So we would need 2 top 6 forwards for the second line. Now, two guys I was thinking, as much as I would love Brad Marchand would be perfect. I just don't think, especially with not being able to retain on either defenseman we're trying to get, that we're going to be able to afford him because I think I'd have to give him at least like 12 to get a chance at him. And then after that, it's like we wouldn't have any money for another guy, pretty much. So what I'm thinking is a guy right here, Frank Vetrano. We can even, if we actually go to his contract, I actually want to try out the start negotiation thing since it's a new thing in the game. And then his player request is a top 6 forward line to any power play. And we can give him that, like, easy. So if I just promise him that and then offer him like 3 years at 5.5, we should be able to snag him up. Because if we go up to 5.5, you'll watch that contract bar on the right. It shoots up a bit. So I think that'll definitely help our chances with Vetrano. He doesn't have anybody interested in him right now, but that can definitely change in the coming days. And then the other guy right here, Alex Kerfoot. Another guy who has high organizational interest. We'd only have to give him like 3.5. He can be a great penalty killer for us. And yeah, I think he'll be a good addition for us in that bottom 6. So there is that. Now, I guess I didn't really address the other second liner. So there is that too. But there is still some guys on the block that we could acquire. There's a guy right over here in Detroit, a couple of them. We have Patty Kane and Tarasenko. I don't know if we're on Tarasenko's list, though. Let me check. We are not. So, Patty Kane. Now, he's making under $3 million, and he could drop in overall. So, we might want to wait until the beginning of the season. But, I mean, I guess he only did have 36 points. Oh, he's playing like 9 minutes a game. What are you guys doing? But yeah, he's still got some abilities there. And even as a 36-year-old, I'm sure he still can put up points in this game. I wouldn't be surprised. And, I mean, we're already a big, heavy veteran team, so he would fit right in pretty much. So there's that guy. There's Patrick Kane. I mean, there are some other guys too. So I kind of just want to see where we're at cap-wise after we acquire these guys. So I think we have to go for Doughty still, even at a full 11 million. Like, we need him. Like, he's one of the only available defensemen that could actually help us. So let me go down here, because we didn't try any of these trades with no retention, right? I don't think so. So let me just try like this. Lightning, a second and a third for Drew Doughty. Will that go through? Some change. Okay, because I'm not retaining. How about I add a fourth? And there it is. All right, so we do acquire Drew Doughty. Now he's going to have to not wear the number 8 because that belongs to Ovechkin, but he'll figure something out. 9's also to Ryan Leonard. So right now he's at 10, which is, I mean, that's fine. So we already pick up 2 big defensemen. Now they are costing us a lot of money, but there's a good thing we have a lot of cap space right now. So we're down to about 19 million. And let me go ahead and try to get Philip Gustafson. As we're just wheeling and dealing right now. We got moves to make. Gustafson, he doesn't cost a lot. I might be able to snag him for like a third. I don't think that Rangers third is going to be enough. What about Arthur from next year? Do we still have that? We do. They don't really want it, but will that go through? All right, our third this year, and then a 6th. Will that go through? Yes. All right, so we acquired Gustafson, so now we got goaltender, at least our starter, figured out. So we're down to 16 million. Okay. Now, I definitely want to get Frank Vetrano. I know I definitely want him. So let me go ahead. Let me just enter negotiation. Let me see what this is like. Hello, your organization has caught my attention. I'm open to considering an offer from you. Charm. Risky. 2-way contract. Oh, okay. Sexually charm the player will increase chance to persuade the player about organization factors. Okay, so that I thought it was like we'd promise him top 6 role. Okay. I'm actually gonna not do that. because he's already high organizational interest. I don't want to like risk it and have him go down. So I'm going to offer him 5.5. Or should I do 7.5? Yeah, it puts it up there. So I'm going to do 5.75 just to make sure we get him. Or at least have a good chance. And then who else was there that I said? Oh yeah, Kerfoot as well. I definitely want to get Kerfoot. And 2 years is perfect. I'll offer him. We'll give him 3.75, so I'll just make sure we get him. So there's that. So 5.75. So that is about a little over 9 million, like 9.5. Or yeah, it's exactly 9.5. So that would put us down to about 8 million, right? No, 7 million. Yeah, $7 million. There isn't really a top 6 forward in this class that we can acquire. So we're missing pretty much a top 6 forward, and then I kind of want to get another defenseman. Or two, to be honest. Because we have, so let's say it's Shabbat, Doughty, Carlson, Faravari, and then, I mean, Iorio could step up, Alexiev. I mean, it's hard to tell how these guys are going to project for next year. Oh, we do need a backup goalie. So I think I do have a good... So we're already a veteran team. He saves us a lot of money. I think Jonathan Quick we can go for 1 year. Okay, I guess he wants 2 years. I mean, sure, whatever. So we'll go... we'll just go 2x2 right there. 2 million for 2 years. And then I do need another forward. Okay, let me let's see if we get those guys first before we since there's not anybody else that we really need to target anyway, at least like a big time forward. And we do got to see if our coach signs. Oh, and in case you're wondering about the scouts, I did look. There was only C's as the best, so we were gonna have another year of kind of shit scouting. But oh, okay. So wow, the coach actually decided to sign somewhere else, even though we gave him. I've never seen that. Okay, so Ferdinand says yes, and so does Kerfoot, so perfect. All right, so us not getting the coach does suck, though, because he had the highest count. Okay, there's this guy for A-, Gabriel Denny. He doesn't really like Ovechkin or McMichael, but he does have A teaching, and then Elliott was our coach last time, so I guess we'll just go for him. He's the best option. I wonder if they fixed the salary thing, because I wonder if, like, I know he said he was going somewhere else, but I wonder if that's why. I'm going to offer this guy the max again. We're going to kind of see if that's the issue. If he doesn't accept, we're stuck with a B coach again, so hopefully it doesn't affect us too much, but let's just hope this guy, Gabriel Denny, accepts. So offer him their max contract for 4 years, and then, like I said, I mean, even if there were top guys, they would have been signed by now. But yeah, just C's. So we'll have to skip out on scouts for this year. And then let's see how much money we have left over for our player salaries. So we have 7.5 mil. Forward core, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's like our top 5 right now. Okay. Now you can argue we don't even have a single 90 plus, so that could hurt us. But, I mean, we're taking what we can get right now. We're just trying to put together a team for this year, so it's kind of hard. I mean, you can argue this shouldn't even be worth it, but I do want to give Ovechkin one more chance at the Cup. I mean, we might as well. And we haven't given up any firsts yet, which is good. So defensively, we're looking okay. I'm not too concerned about that. I do want another top 6 forward, though, because we're pretty thin. We got 5 top 6 forwards in my eyes. Because I want to play the young guys. I mean, we could play like a T.J. Gindler or Ryan Leonard in that second line, but I don't know. Kind of want a more proven guy. So let's look around the trade block once again. I did say Kane was out there. It's Blake Coleman. Who was the other guy there? Oh, Backlund. Is there any, like... other, like, really good veteran that we could acquire. Tarasenko would actually be pretty perfect, and so would Dano, but we're not on either of their lists, so that does suck. Yep. Hartman, no. Matheson's defenseman. Casey, he actually had a goal and assist in today's game that I was watching. Perron isn't really there. There's Scott Lawton, who did have 50 points last year. He is more of a two-way guy, so he could kill penalties. Okay. Ricard Raquel, who is on our, or he has us under his list. How much is Lawton getting paid? Yeah, Lawton's only making $3 million, so that actually might be a good guy to go after. Couture, no. There is Jared McCann as well. So that would be... So the thing with McCann is that would be two offensive guys next to Strome, two snipers, so that would help that dynamic. But Lawton, I mean, if we can get both, that would honestly be perfect. We might have to have Seattle retain on McCann if they can, though, because... or actually... And he's 2 years perfect. We can move him out next year if we need to. Let me just look around, make sure we get to everybody real quick. Connor Geeky's there, but he's young. There's Lawson Krause, but he's not really a proven. Yeah, he's already listed as a third liner. Okay. I do like Jared McCann. I'm hoping they can retain half on him, though, because if we can get him at 2.5, that would be huge. The only thing is, both Ottawa and LA were kind of up the ass about retaining. No, the question is, who do you trade for him? We might have to give up one of our prospects here. There is this Suzdalev guy, already 21, or only a 72. We can probably move on from him. I don't think he's going to really develop into much. And then... might have to use a second. So let's try this. Suzdalev and a second from next year for Jared McCann at half retained. And that wouldn't go through. Okay. Didn't mean to click that. And let's also try a fourth from next year. See if that will go through. Of course not. How about a third from this year? Oh, okay. They really don't want to trade him. I guess. I mean, I don't blame them, but he's on the block. Like, you guys gotta... Okay, and now they don't want to trade him because of salary. Shit. Let's go through. I'll even try a fourth. I'll give up just a load of picks for him. Oh, shit. Alright, let me go down to like 175. I'm going to take off a couple things here. Nope. Let me try with the fifth just to see if this would even deal with work, but salary, of course. Let me actually try to give up Brendan Duhaime here because he has a bit of salary left over. Damn, they don't want to give him out. Okay. Alright, so let's... I guess we just can't retain on him. But maybe giving up Duhaime will free up a little bit. I don't remember if that was even close. Okay, not interested, although it's close. Let me add a fifth. And that is accepted. Okay, so we move on from Suzdalev. Was it a third and a fifth or something like that? I wasn't even... I was kind of just trying to push it over the edge there. It was Suzdalev, Duhaime, a third and a fifth, I think. Was the third from next year? There's the fifth, a seventh. Maybe it's just Suzdalev, fifth, seventh, Duhaime. Maybe that was it. So we are still at $4 million, which is a good sign. Because who was the other guy? Oh, yeah, Scott Lawton. Uh, so Lawton only making $3 million. Now the thing is, though, we're really starting to run out of assets to trade, or else we're going to have to give up something we otherwise wouldn't want to. But, so let me look at the... So we'd have Dubois, McMichael, and Ovi. And then we'd have Strome, McCann, Vetrano. And then we would have... Yeah, so honestly, he wouldn't even be in the top 9 because we'd have Protus, Leonard, Aginla. And then we can have Kerfoot, Wilson, and like, where is he? LaPierre. So yeah, I think we're actually good forward-wise. And that'll allow us to pick up another, like, middle, like a middle 4 defenseman, or like a second line, third line defenseman. And since we don't have really anything to trade, let me see if there's anybody left in free agency that we can go after. Preferably on that left side, since we have Doughty and Carlson. Let me take a look here. So a lot of the top defensemen are still out there. There's Dumoulin. I mean, we've got to think about who we can afford. There's Martinez. Oh, he's about the best one. Thing with him is he's probably going to drop. Yoki Hardy was there, but I mean, it's like... So it would actually have to be somebody from a trade. Let's go through this one more time. There's Goodass, Clifton. They make too much money. Buffalo, no. Actually, like a good, cheap defenseman, which is going to be tough because they start asking for a lot of money in this game. Deneau, no. Hartman. There is Mike Matheson, but he makes just a little bit too much money. I did not know he had 62 points last year. I mean, it would be like if we can get him to retain, but that's been unsuccessful thus far, so not a lot of hope there. Perron, no. Is there anybody besides him that we can maybe go after? Alexiak makes just a little bit too much. And they got like 4 million or under, like literally right at 4 million is our limit. There is Zach Whitecloud. He's making another 3 million, 83. I think I'll see if Montreal will retain on Matheson and move him. And then if not, we can go after Whitecloud. So we can go after who I'd prefer. And see, yeah, we would be over the cap regardless. So go just under 2.5 there. Then it's like, who do you trade? I mean, maybe Iorio just because of age. He did have a good year last year for the AHL, and he could help them a lot. But, or you can go Muggley. I mean, 60/18 is pretty good, though. I mean, could argue Lapierre's got some value, then we can just sign somebody else for cheap. Let me try him and, like, I don't even know, dude. Oh, wait, did we ever get Quick? We did, okay. I was gonna say, that'd be another 2 million we'd have to spend. Okay, just didn't save Lapierre. Where is he? I don't think there's any way they say yes to that, yeah. And then we can add another pick, I guess. And, I'm not even worried about draft capital right now because we're going to get it all back when we trade everybody next year. So, yeah, they're not liking this. Let me see if I can maybe just retain under a little bit, like 2 mil. We're really going to nickel and dime them because we need every dollar we can get right now. Still no. 25%. Still no. $1 million off. Dude. Like, I don't get, like, just say you're not going to retain it all. Like, I don't get this. How much do we have in cap space? 4.2. I mean, this is just, like, ridiculous at this point. So, giving up LaPierre might fit us enough cap space to sign him. Or to trade for him. So, let me try just these two. No. Okay, now I'll add in the 4th. Will that go through? It will. Okay. So we're right up against the cap ceiling now, after being $32 million in cap, or having $32 million in cap space. But look at this. We actually have a solidified defensive core now. Now Matheson, he does only have 1 year left, so we might not be able to get anything back for him. Unless we just sign him just to trade him, but I don't really want to do that. That's kind of just cheesing the AI at that point. But yeah, we're old as shit, especially on defense. But I mean, we can just will this old man team to a cup, hopefully. I mean, shit, the face of the franchise is about to be 40 years old, so there's that. Like, look at our highest overall players, 35, and you got, okay, 27, 39. You got 35 up there, 31, 31, 30. Like, we got a ton of veteran leadership and veteran players on this team. So, let's get one more look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then this is going to be the 3rd line, and then Wilson, Kerfoot, and I can just sign like a 2-way guy. And then defensively, you got Doughty, Shabbat, Carlson, Matheson, Faravari, and like Alexiev. That works for me, honestly. And then if Alexiev isn't like chem-wise, we can sign somebody else. But I'll give him the chance. And then we have Gustafson and Quick and Net. So let me go ahead and sign a 2-way guy for the forwards. Maybe a couple of them if we need it. I just need like a penalty killer, honestly. At least 77? That's it? Well, let me just go to affordable. Okay, yeah, nobody really. Is there really only those guys want 2-way contracts? Man, these guys want their money. I don't think I've ever seen this where a 77 is the best. Well, that kind of sucks. Okay, I mean, is there just like a enforcer? Oh, look at it. Oh, perfect. Matt Rempe. Hell yeah. I can't even raise this. Oh, I literally can't even offer him league min because I don't have... This is why we needed like 500,000 retained. Okay, well maybe I'll have to move Alexiev then. Can I just trade finder him because I don't even... I've already spent enough time on all this shit anyway. Does somebody just want him for like nothing? Here we go, 5th round pick. Is that gonna be the most? Alright, give me like a West team, Colorado, Dallas. I'll take a chance on 2027. That's fine. Well, Nashville's fine. Okay, I moved out $1 million and now I'm only up 400K. Like, that doesn't make any sense, but... is there anybody else? I mean, I don't even... It does suck that one of our 4th liners is making $6 million, but I think we make it up by McMichael only making $1 million this year. I mean, I'd have to move like Faravari and then just get like a shittier defenseman. So I just traded Alexia for nothing. That's great. Because now we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it'd be like Iorio. So, I mean, he is listed as defenseman, so you could argue he's ready for the NHL. I mean, we might just have to use them regardless. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then Niemann's 12. I mean, I guess I got like Henrik Borgstrom, or I mean, I want to keep Braun in the AHL just for like, just to help them. But oh shit! All right, well, Warmpe would actually be pretty fun though. So I guess the 2 million for Quick kind of looking a little expensive now, but I mean, we don't even have anybody to trade now. So I don't know. I guess I'm just gonna have to sim to the regular season and see what the team's looking like. So let's just go ahead and do that. Hopefully we get that coach as well. And okay, so yeah, they didn't fix the salary thing anyway. No. So let's get up to the preseason for year 2. Apologize if this episode's been a bit boring. I probably shouldn't even say that, but just kind of the, what's it called? The what's the word I'm looking for? The tedious stuff. You know, kind of got to go back and forth negotiations. But we got to take care of what we got to take care of. We're trying to put a good team on the ice. All right, so here we go. Year number 2. What are these lines looking like? And we are all over the place right now. Let me get it set up. Actually, Dubois has actually developed Crease Crasher as well. If I put McMichael on that first line, we don't get any chem with this coach. Okay, Dubois on the first. So would it be better with Strome, maybe? And then McMahon. Or McMichael, not McMahon. Okay, we're not really getting any chemistry, which sucks, but I mean... So I go Protus, Leonard, and a Ginla. Yep. And then... So it actually has an even up here, but I don't want to do that yet. What about... we could go Miroshnichenko. Who actually fits on that fourth line? Verona does a little bit better. It's just he doesn't really fit the whole scheme of the line. And it gets a +1. Okay. So, chemistry, a bit of a question mark. Well, not even a question mark. Vetrano just does not fit. That's great. Okay, so that actually helps the chemistry a bit. The only thing is Ovechkin is not going to play the right wing. So we could try something like that. It's kind of weird not having Ovi on that first line, but chemistry-wise, we can try this. And then if it's not working, we can go ahead and switch things up. And actually that, okay, so we get +2s if we can do that. Okay. I don't hate this. McMichael does have better face-offs. Okay. I don't hate that. We can try something like that out. And then how about defensively? What are we looking like? Okay, man, this coach does not like anybody. Okay, we get a +3 like that. What about Shabbat and Carlson on that top pair? There we go. So that's looking like the best case scenario chemistry-wise. And then, yeah, Iorio is a perfect fit on that bottom pair. So we might just have to use him for the NHL. Then Gustafson and Quick in there as our 2 goalies. So Quick did keep his 82 for now. He's actually still exact starter, so there's that. And then I can, at the very least, move down Niemanen and Miroshnichenko because I know I'm not going to use them in the NHL. So there we go. Oops, did not mean to back out. Oh, it didn't. Okay. And if we go AHL, and we go best lines, perfect. Yeah, perfect. Okay. So yeah, this is still a solid AHL team as well. Defensively, definitely taking a hit. And then they do have 2 good goalies for the AHL, though. So, still a solid AHL team. I don't even know if I can afford a defenseman or anybody. So this is an interesting lineup. I mean, this is about the best I could do to try to make this a competitive team. I don't know how this team is going to sim at all. Uh, we might be complete mid, we might make a run, or we might just be shit. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised with any of those options, to be honest. Let me go Carlson, Ovi, McCann, Dubois, and like Vetrano maybe. Although we have like Ovi and McCann as goal scorers, so we can get another playmaker in there and power forward. Let me get Dylan Strome in there. And then, yeah, he definitely has better face-offs than Dubois. So that's like the first line power play. Gets us a +5. And then we'll have McMichael, Vetrano, Shabbat. Who else do we need in there? We can get some of the young guys in there. We can get Ryan Leonard. I'll actually put Vetrano on the point. And Strome was on that first line. And we can get Tej in there. So we don't get any chemistry, but kind of the young guys in there as the forwards with Shabbat and Vetrano. I wonder if Dowdy would be better. Does he still have a gold? And to shut down Heat Seeker, send it for offensive X Factors. Yeah, Shabbat's better for that role. Okay. We'll just leave that for now. You guys can let me know, too, if you have any suggestions for the lines. I like that, but I kind of want to get a playmaker in there again. And Strome is a better face-off taker. So it does go down to +1, but I think that's okay. This is a -3, though. Whoa. Okay, let's get Shabbat in there. And then McCann. Yep, and then the X Factors will help save the chemistry there. And then penalty kill, we have Kerfoot McMichael. It's kind of heavy on the... Okay, yeah, because this is bad. Alright, I think we've got to spread out those two. So I like Kerfoot on that first line. We can go with... Honestly, Protus is good. And we might want to spread out Shabbat and Dowdy because... we can go Faravari, actually. Yeah, that'd be perfect. Faravari and Dowdy. Then we go Matheson, Shabbat. That's kind of heavy offense. Iorio. Frona McMichael. And then, yeah, it's a -3, but... do we have any more two-way guys that we can put in? Oh, yeah, Wilson. He can be a penalty killer. Doesn't really fit. And we lost his X Factor, too. Great. Maybe not them. Center-wise... Yeah, I don't even know who to put in here. Tej? Does he fit? Nope. Does Leonard even fit? He doesn't. So who, like a Dylan Strome, does he fit? No. Okay, nice. PLD. Kind of, okay. And then... I know they're offensively minded, but... And then what about Vetrano? Kind of. Okay, so that gets rid of the minus at least. Then we'll go Kerfoot with Dowdy and Faravari. McMichael will be with Shabbat and yeah, Iorio. And then hopefully we just don't get down to 5-on-3 at all. At least having to use the third line. So there's that. 4-on-4. Let's get Ovi on the first line. And yeah, we can try and we can just leave Dubois in there. Carlson, that's good. I kind of want McMichael in there. Actually, you know what? I'll leave that and put McMichael here. Since Strome is getting the power play time. 3-on-3. I'm just going to leave this. Yeah, I'm not too worried about that. Not Dowdy. I'll leave Ovechkin as the second extra attacker, so hopefully we have the first line out there regardless. And then, oh wait, actually he's on the second line this year, so we'll put him there, and then we'll put Dubois. All right, so those are looking like, for the most part, the NHL lines for year 2. First time I have Dubois, Strome, Vetrano, McCann, McMichael, Ovi on the second, Protas, Leonard, Aginla as the young gun third line, and then Wilson, Kerfoot, and Jacob Vrana on the fourth. Defensively, Shabbat, Carlson, Doughty, Matheson, Faravari, Iorio, and in goal we have Philip Gustafson and Jonathan Quick. So we are ready for that year 2 sim. We're going to see if Ovi, well, he will break the record, so we'll have to see that. Actually, let me get the captains in here. We already know the captain and an assistant. Who they have as a second A? Dylan Strome. And we'll just give it to Wilson. I mean, he's been here forever. So there is that. And yeah, so like I said, next episode, we will see Ovechkin break the record as well as get the year 2 sim underway. So apologize, this is more of a tedious episode, but just had to get those moves out of the way. We did make some big moves, wheeling and dealing. So yeah, massive offseason for us. We're going to see if we can make one last dance, one last cup run for number 8, our captain, Alex Ovechkin. And after that, we start the true rebuild for this team, and we look ahead at our young talent. So appreciate you guys watching this video. If you did like it, please leave a like, comment below any suggestions for the team or the series. And as always, you guys take care.